Hey guys, I'm back to another video with another one. Now everything I tell you guys is has to do with energy manipulation and or deprogram. Now why would I want to deprogram or get or manipulate energy? The reason is because energy is what's being used to get things done. Okay? And you can't use any tool without having energy, right? So energy is the driving force, the momentum of everything. Now why would I need to deprogram? Because if you deprogram yourself, you get to see the powers that be and the tricks they are pulling and how they are deceiving the people. See, now a lot of people would like to use what I call lip fool. And what is lip fool? See, I subscribe to the philosophy of thought of nominalism. Go look that up and do some research upon nominalism. People like to use words to try to deceive, manipulate people into thinking um, uh, a certain way. Now, it's many different cultures all over the planet. Okay, that's a fact. But what culture is best for African American people? Okay, let's simplify this into a simpler question. Not what's best for the whole planet, because every different people on the earth have different problems. Every different people on the earth, you know, they think differently, they face different situations. So let's focus on African Americans and our experience here in the United States. And what is the best culture for us? Okay. And majority of our people, we're lukewarm. We either into the atheist community, we are either in the Christian, the Hebrew Israelite community, or the Muslim community. And every one of us hold these cultures dear to heart and point at each other and tell the non-believers that they are wrong. But there's no clarity being there's no one being truthful. They're beating around the bush, you know. They're using the lip fool. You know, no one wants to talk logic or reasoning. So this video here is to be the clear of all misconceptions and lay the truth on the table. Okay? Let's clear it all up. History is another tool for lip fool. People who like to pop their gums and manipulate. Why would I say history is manipulation? I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, to a so-called historian, you know, does not have any practical skills. Practical skills, you have to still go and learn practical skills after you done studied your history. Okay, all history does is mold your mind to think a certain way. Now, that's neither here nor there, but let's point out the fact that all history has to be backed by an artifact. If it's not backed by an artifact, then there's no proof that that event actually happened. So it might as well be a fairy tale if it's not backed by an artifact, some documents, something that's validating that the event actually occurred. So now, when you're talking about history, you're talking about archaeology. Now, what is archaeology? Archaeology is the science of how we date things. How we can use science to take an object and figure out how long it's been there, or how old is its existence. And we use this science today to date artifacts and to form a narrative on what actually happened there. And we use these artifacts and stuff to prove that certain events actually happened. Now, here's the problem with that. The problem is you have many scholars who disagree on what a artifact means. The second problem we have is that we have many different cases in which the methods, the archaeological methods used to date things have been incorrect. Over 40% of carbon dating methods are incorrect. Okay, not to go into the fallacies of argon dating. And there was a case where there was a white European scientist who was assassinated for exposing how dead draw dating was a false science. Okay, so dating methods are also flawed. And the third thing that I wanted to point out was how you have people that know how to make fake artifacts. People do this all the time. They're fraudsters. They know how to make an artifact that's fake. So how do we not know that someone is creating the narrative or creating this false history and using it to manipulate the people? You don't know. So the thing is, let's put all history to the side for a minute. Let's put all religion to the side for a minute. I don't need to use history to prove to you that the white man in America is being racist towards the black man in America. I don't need history to prove that. I can show you that with reality. All you have to do is step outside your house and look around. Take a drive through your cities. Observe the different neighborhoods. You can see how the different neighborhoods look. Okay, go into the colleges and you can observe the structure, the caste system in the colleges. You can go around all through your wherever state you live in your county or whatever, and you can see racism. Okay, and that's ignoring all of the documents, all of the literature, all of the forums, all of the social media posts. That's ignoring all of that, and you can still see racism without having to be an historian. So you don't have to be a historian to understand that. So now that we understand that racism exists, and you don't need history to prove it, and you don't need religion to prove it, the question is now, what do we do about it? Why would someone want to be racist towards you? Why is someone harming you or trying to or bully you or take away from your life? Why would someone want to do that? The question to you would be, what's your response to that? Okay, that's obvious. I don't need to prove. I don't need to. I can simply prove to you how American people been warned with Islam. Okay, without using history. I can prove to you to that. You see all through the media, the presidents, all the way back since George Bush and Obama and all of them, and they beef with the so-called Muslims. And we could say all of that is lip full, okay? And that's ignoring all the literature, the social media posts, the books, the history, everything that has to do with Islam. That's ignoring that. Now you can see here all through the internet, right? Different type of photos and pictures. Okay. Now, you think Malcolm X was stupid? Did you think that he didn't know what he was talking about, or he blindly followed a false religion? A man as intelligent as that? I mean, seriously. Now look at this picture here. Now, at first glance to you, you might not see that as being some type of racist propaganda, but if you look closely, man, that looks like some racist propaganda. It's called American Islamophobia, understanding the roots and rise of fear. And it has a black woman with an American flag wrapped around her freaking head. What kind of crap is that? You know what I mean? So so what kind of, that's like a hate post. Like only the United States government or wicked ass Jew will put something like that on the internet. You know what I mean? So it's all kind of stuff pointing to you, obviously, that you're a Muslim. Now, the United States won't do anything to point you in that direction. They will try their best to keep you away from that direction, obviously, because that's where they're warring with. So whenever they depict these Muslims, they will always depict them in as people other than people that look like you, right? So Brother Polite, a lot of people like to follow Brother Polite, and I've been saying this for a long time. He does look like he's a Nigerian. A lot of people believe he's a Nigerian or whatever. It's important to know that the situation that's going on with Boko Haram in Nigeria. A lot of people don't know what's going on with Boko Haram in Nigeria, but Boko Haram is in Nigeria killing and kidnapping a lot of Nigerians. So his fear of Islam, I understand if he's Nigerian, which I believe he is Nigerian, but that does not mean that that's the total understanding of black people all over the world, and that definitely does not mean it has the understanding of black people in America. Okay, it's very simple. You understand racism exists. What are we doing? What are we gonna do about it? We know the Egyptians, these so-called Egyptians, they try to empower our people and to be skeptical and doubt everything. They want to be a champion of scholarship and research and science and stuff like that. Okay, but it's also promote a lot of criminal activity and stuff like that. But what they don't understand is, by two narcissists can't get along with each other. See, a narcissist always has to be right, which means that another narcissist, if he has a different view, he will not accept the view of the other narcissist, which means there's going to be internal conflict going on. See, this is where culture comes in, because culture comes in and is supposed to remove all that toxic. You understand? But these atheists, they don't have a culture, which means there's going to be a lot of self-hatred going on, and there's going to be a lot of culture clashing, and the people will not be able to communicate with each other correctly. So what's going on now, another thing is that these so-called comedic Egyptian people are doing, they are radicalizing these women with this black woman as God, combined with this feminism movement and stuff like that. And then what that's doing is creating a lot of narcissistic women. And I'm not a women hater, okay? And I have nothing against women, and I'm all for empowering women, but not at to the point of creating narcissistic women who don't know no humility, especially when you have cases of women being molested as children. So that creates an over sexualized uh, 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 woman, a woman over sexualized and promiscuous that demands attention and manipulative. They emotionally unstable. You know, it's creating these type of women. And what the people don't understand is that these women are becoming predators now, and they are targeting weak black men. Okay. So what's going on now is, and this is all being promoted by the Egyptian culture. So all the alpha males, they losing their women to beta males. You understand? So, you know, the proto or typical hip hop prison culture, you know, is backed by this Egyptian movement. You know, the Hotep hustlers, they nothing but the slave master, man. You have to understand that, because a prison cell is nothing but a slave plantation. Okay, and a Hotep hustler is nothing but a slave owner, and none of these people is going to help you if you get arrested, and none of these people are going to try to get you up out of there or help you live comfortable while you're in there. What they're going to do is continue to live their lives. And another thing that you have to take note is that these Hotep hustlers have not built anything. They have not, and they will not build anything. It's because all of them, 100% of all of the Hotep hustlers, they are all scammers, and all is for making money. They don't care about truth. Okay, and all these Negroes are self-haters, based on the point I was making earlier about narcissists, that a narcissist cannot get along with another narcissist. By these people lacking culture and don't believe in God, that automatically makes them self-haters, especially if they are narcissists. So you have to understand, a narcissist believes they are superior to you. Okay, so you dealing with people tapped into their egos with no God. You dealing with savages. Okay, that's what you're dealing with. Savages, uncivil people. You must understand who you're dealing with. I wanted to clear this up. I hope this cleared up everything as being logical as possible. I didn't want to get into the history. I don't want to get into the religion. I don't want to get into philosophical concepts and stuff like that. I wanted to make things as simple and clear as possible. I hope this was simple. Okay, guys.